Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1773 of our daily content grind. So, it's Monday. It's time for a news roundup. So, let us begin with all the news that you might have missed in the world of Transformers over the last week. We have a lot of weird reveals, and we have a lot of Yolo Park primes. Brace yourself. So, on the official Takara side of things, we have our nice image of, what I guess Green Lycon. I wish there was a better version of his name. I wish there was something better to call him other than Green Lyle Convoy. They call him Legendary Green Lion. Okay, I will accept that. But no, basically it's his final form in the series, like full power up. And it's a beautiful looking figure. I really like how this has turned out. Seeing the announcement for Galvatron has like made me really regret canceling pre-order on this guy, like on the normal version, because they're sitting in my head going, do I really want a upgraded version of what I've already got? And then I saw Galvatron and I went, yes, I do. Yes, now I do. All right, fine. I love this. I love this design. Obviously, you've heard enough times in a video, if you're going to do two-tone green, you're going to catch my attention. My only issue with this is like it doesn't seem right unless I've got a Lio Jr. to go with it. And God, there's no shot of them making a Magna boss right now. So I don't know. We're a little bit short. I need the father-son duo for this one. It's going to be a hot minute before we get that. But it looks cool. I like how it turned out. Hopefully easy to get a hold of. Because I know with Galvatron on the way, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be into this. But moving on. Oh, right. So, Toys R Us China is getting another one of those multi-packs. You know, remember those multi-packs we covered like months back? That was basically just all of the normal retail figures in their normal retail boxes, just bundled together. Like the Constructicons, for instance. They're doing it again, and this time they're doing it with the 86 Seekers. So in one big box, as an anniversary for the movie, you can just get the entire original Seeker team. Now, to make it just a little bit more interesting, they have included sticker sheets for all three. So if you want, you can sticker them up and give them a more toy-accurate look. And I feel like that defeats the point of making them so accurate to the original animation models. But I guess if you want to split the difference and have something more toyetic, sure. It's at least an option you have. I don't know, I figured the boat would have sailed on those with like the Earthrise versions of those molds, but I guess not. So, this is like a big Toys R Us event. They have other box sets that are coming out. You can see the previous box sets were Devastator, Superion. Looks like those are available again. Looks like the Transformers Hot Wheels are getting box set as well. And there's another fun one, which is 86 Optimus Prime and 86 Hot Rod, specifically the More Than Meets the Eye version of the mold, packed together with packed together with a TV box, but I actually don't know if it actually, hang on. Yeah, special retro TV box. There is an extra package in there, but it doesn't look like it has, it might just be a placeholder or like a gap filler in the box. Like it looked like there might be a little extra. I can't tell. They're not advertising it if there was. But no, it looks like they're also teasing some kind of multi-pack for Bruticus as well, just in case you have just in case you were in China and need to get all the Combaticons at once. This is interesting considering there is no Swindle officially released just yet. It's announced, but it's not out anywhere. No clue. So yeah, if you're in China, you have an option of getting some pretty nice exclusives if you don't already have those. And for a closer look, we do have in-hand versions of the Seekers with all of the stickering details. I will admit there is something nice and nostalgic about seeing the fully stickered Seekers like this. Like, there is something to it. I mean, I'm going to prefer cartoon accuracy on my display, but as an option, this is not a bad idea. This is not a bad thing. Yeah, it does look neat. It does look neat. I do like how they've gone to an effort to actually like put some noticeable differences between all of the stickers. They didn't just print the same design on all of them. They all have their own thing going on, which is actually kind of a cool little thing. It gives them a little bit more uniqueness. So yeah, just in case you have the opportunity, it's going to be, I imagine, pretty hard for most domestic fans to get. But if you have the opportunity and you need all three, it's a nice little bonus. Okay, moving on. In-hand shots continue now. We were talking about the new timeline set of Megatron and Bumblebee. I am still of two minds about this set. I really liked the Oxcart Optimus Prime, but I was kind of cold on the Starscream, who just feels very basic. And I kind of get the same vibe from this set. So Oni Megatron turning into a warthog, that or like a wild boar, that looks fine. I mean, I don't mind that at all. That actually kind of looks cool as a weird take on Megatron. It's the Bumblebee, because it looks like he barely transforms into the flying squirrel mode. I mean, the robot mode aesthetic is fine. Like he looks like a ninja in training, essentially. But yeah, like I'm not sold on the flying squirrel. It just seems like he's a very simple figure. Whereas like, and it's hard for me because Optimus Prime is such a clever toy, and Optimus looks like such a interesting toy. He is an interesting toy. So to turn around and kind of put out like a Bumblebee that's just kind of, I don't know. It's an expensive set to get one figure I'm interested in and one figure I'm kind of like, meh. So, yeah, that wild boar looks cool. Like I kind of I like how that looks. And then yeah, box flying squirrel. I mean, it's gimmicky. It's gimmicky, and I do like the idea of timelines, so like I don't want it to fail or anything. I don't know. I might just be okay with just the one set. I'm gonna sit and think about it. I'm gonna sit and think about it. I mean, aesthetically they look neat. I just don't know if I'm like horribly into it. Okay. Remember once upon a time we showed off those air quote battle damage figures that they were doing out of Hong Kong, and they were just like super heavily painted figures. They weren't really battle damage. They were just mostly paint washed. But they're doing it again. They're doing it again. So you can get your Studio Series 86 Grimlock done up in full black wash. And I mean, it works on Grimlock. It does make him look exceedingly detailed. It does. I mean, it's a fascinating look. It's a fascinating look. And then they're also doing one for Megatron. And this one actually does include added tampographics. It's not just like a black wash across the figure. You can see scuffs. You can see like wear all around the edges of his body. He's like, and do I have detailed images? No, I don't. No, I don't. I wanted to say there's some face scarring on him too from the other images I saw. Funny enough, they've done absolutely nothing to the wheelie in this box. The wheelie is exactly the same. So yeah, it's a fascinating exclusive. Good luck getting your hands on it. They don't make many of these because obviously the work that goes into them is extreme. Only 40 units of each. You have a numbered box, and they are approximately $574 US. That's an expensive paint job. That is an expensive. I'm reasonably certain I can just pay someone like a professional customizer like $100 to blackwash my Grimlock and call it a day. I will say it does look like this Grimlock has been like fully painted over. Like his gray looks more silver than anything. So maybe there is a more extensive paint job than what it looks like. It does look cool though. It does look cool. I'm just saying this is probably not something to go out of your way for. You can probably get a customizer to do the same job. Still, neat to see. Neat to just like oogle at and go, ooh, that's cool. Oh, speaking of oogling, go, that's cool. So someone showed in-hand pictures, like good in-hand pictures of the upcoming Dark Energon, Megatron, and normal Energon Optimus Prime. So I want to say these are Walmart capsule because that's the branding I have seen in other places. And this is so frustrating to me because I'm terrified of translucent plastic figures, as we have mentioned many times on this channel. On the other hand, these look incredibly cool. Oh my god. I cannot deny that aesthetically these look incredibly cool. It's the Siege Megatron mold again, which I'm absolutely sick of. This makes like this literally makes probably like a dozen uses of that mold. I'm not exaggerating. And it's the Siege Optimus, which I think is fine. I think that is an absolutely okay mold. Um, and mm, I hate that it looks so good. I hate that it looks so interesting and different. Like aesthetically, it's so different than anything they normally do. And I'm down for that. I love when they do things that shake it up a little bit, but all that clear plastic, all of the mold that I am tired of. I don't know. This it looks cool. I keep going back to that, but it looks so cool. Personally, me, I'm going to make it as just like a. I'm not going to go out of my way to find it, but if I happen to find it and I don't have anything better to buy, okay, we'll see. I at least want to see these in person. I will say they look interesting. That's something we are sorely missing. Okay, this is interesting too. Admittedly, we have our first look at Cyberchanger Ultra Magnus from Cyberworld. This one's weird. Okay, so it's the current Cyberchanger gimmick, which means his chest opens up to reveal some kind of Energon bursting gimmick. In this case, I don't know. Looks like he has a alarm clock in his chest. It's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. Only 4 steps to transform. Looks fine in the robot mode. Can you close up the chest so we can see the chest, please? It looks like, yeah, it looks like you can have enough extra, like, Energon parts to build up some kind of, I don't know, potentially a little submersible or a little flying drone weapon. The red, God, man, the red chest, like, the weird vibes of this give me, like, Prime, flashbacks. Like, Transformers Prime Ultra Magnus in a weird way. Okay, so he looks fine. He looks fine in this one. Like, the wings popping out of his shoulders, that's super weird. Not as weird as this. Not as weird as this. So vehicle mode is a weird flying wing in the same vein of like Energon Wing Saber. And I'm not sold on this. This looks so weird. This looks so weird. Now, they are trying to do a whole lot with this figure for a low budget. I mean, on top of the chest opening gimmick, the added parts are supposed to give this kind of like a more like spaceshipy kind of vibe to it. And then if you saw in the back of the box, I don't know if I can get back to it. Yeah, so yeah, like here's your customizing that you can kind of throw around with all the clear parts. This is what they're kind of advertising. I didn't cover this with my reviews of the Ultimate Cyber Changers, but they're designed so that other figures can ride on top, and you use the translucent parts to create weapons or steering wheels, etc. So he has to do that and still turn into something. So flying wing it is. Again, I am happy when they do different weird things. We need more different weird in Transformers. This is certainly up there. This is certainly way up there. Okay. There's a little bit more from Cyberworld. This is our first look at Lockdown, who now has a wolf mode. And being a lone wolf in every fiction I've seen him in, this is rather appropriate for him. It's a Wild West take on Lockdown, which is kind of fascinating. And I really wish his wolf mode looked as cool on the toy as it did the card. The artwork there is actually kind of ferocious. I like that. I like that his tail becomes a 6-shooter too, complete with the iron sight. That's a pretty good call for a cowboy. I mean, it's just like any of the other basic Cyber Changer figures. Like he's going to be a quick little figure, inoffensive, 6 points of articulation. You get it by now. Fascinating choice. Absolutely fascinating choice. Okay, we got a few listings for upcoming figures, so we can get some details on those. For starters, the Voyager Guzzle that we saw in leak listings is listed as a 6.5-inch Voyager class figure. Converts from robot to tank in 23 steps. So given that I don't think Guzzle is a type of character you'd get a brand new toy from, and considering they do share similarities, size, class, and also I'm pretty sure the amount of steps to transform, pretty sure this is going to be a Brawl retool, which is fine. That Brawl toy is actually really nice. I actually really like that Brawl figure. So it is kind of fascinating to see like a character like Guzzle on the way back. I kind of wonder. I can't imagine, like, this will take retooling, but I can't imagine they would retool it to the point where he couldn't still combine with Bruticus. You might actually be able to connect your Guzzle onto the Bruticus frame just because. I don't know, it's kind of funny when little things like that happen. So yeah, we have a little bit closer to getting Guzzle. We do have San Diego Comic-Con coming up, so a lot of this stuff we might actually get to see soon. Now, this one made me really happy. So we already saw the Monster Jam collab figures that were done in authentic style. Super cheap figures, easy to transform, things for little kids. Well, for Gravedigger, they have gone a little bit harder. So it's listed as Monster Jam collab figure Gravedigger / Grim. So if they're literally just calling him Autobot Grim, that's going to be pretty sick, actually. Leader class figure 9.25 inches in robot mode. Well, that's not what I expected after seeing those first two monster truck toys. Converts between robot and Gravedigger inspired monster truck in 24 steps. That's really good. That's really good. So no, this is not going to be authentic style. This is going to be like a genuine leader class figure with fully rendered transformation. That is beautiful. Beautiful to listen to. That immediately has me excited for this toy. Includes flag, 2 exhaust pipes that convert into a scythe, and 3 blast effects. So this might actually be Grim Reaper aesthetic in robot mode. This could be an incredibly cool Transformer toy. I'm not going to lie. This could be incredibly cool. With monster trucks, it always comes down to how do you use those gigantic wheels. At leader class, they're going to have enough of a budget to figure something out. And with things like Rex Blade from Wild King W, we've seen solutions with those wheels that actually could be applicable for a Gravedigger toy like this. So I'm really excited to see how they figured it out. It looks like it's going to be really, really cool. Okay. We have a little bit of brand new stuff that's going to be popping up at San Diego Comic-Con. So the company RPM has announced some stuff for the reformatted edition of the soundtrack, part of the Apology Tour. So that begins with this cool shirt, which includes the reformatting of Megatron into Galvatron. That's a really cool looking shirt. And this is probably one of the coolest things. So you can get the soundtrack at San Diego Comic-Con as Laserbeak and Steeljaw. Like the cassettes have been printed to look like the Transformers. This is about as good of a replica as you could ever ask for this. And they come in boxes based on Soundwave and Blaster. That is such a good idea. This is such a good idea. You do get enamel pins for both Autobot logo, Decepticon logo, as well as the actual characters that the cassettes are designed after. Really, really cool exclusive. Really cool. It's gonna be it'd be so weird to listen to this on an actual tape player. Really cool to hear though. Really cool that they know they went through that much effort to do it. I don't know. I just think they look really cool. I just think they look really cool. They also have a version of the vinyl record, which apparently is going to have some kind of effect to the vinyl. They have not revealed that yet, so we'll have to see on San Diego Comic-Con, how that's going to look. Okay, let's get into a mini gauntlet of Yolo Park announcements, and a lot of them are Optimus Prime based. So, limited exclusive version of their AMK miniseries Wave 3. This is Nemesis Prime. Only 1,000 units of it being produced, but it's movie Optimus Prime in the Nemesis colors, which, given his attitude in the movies, is probably not too far off from how he normally is. It does look cool. The black and the silver and the teal actually do always look really good on the movie Optimus Prime design. Like, it's got enough attitude and evil to its design that it actually works. It actually works in these colors. So that was going to be an option. Oh, do you want more options? Okay. So 1,500 units for their AMK Pro Series Optimus Prime in transparent armor. This one is just for a fascinating aesthetic, right? So the armor itself also comes with the globe. So basically all the translucent parts as an optional. This is not a full model kit. This is just the armor and the globe that you would need to upgrade your AMK Pro Optimus Prime. It's the same one that we've already talked about on this channel in a previous video. If you want to see how that toy went, go look up that video. But if you have that toy and you want something a little bit interesting for the aesthetics, and it shows you all the inner details that normally get missed, then this is for you. It's a fascinating choice to switch up the aesthetic of the figure. And one more, AMK Pro Series announcing for 1,001 units for some reason. Yeah, their AMK Pro Optimus Prime Shattered Glass Edition. And again, it does look cool. You know, Shattered Glass Optimus Prime is usually a pretty good call. This is the Rise of the Beast design, by the way. So take that into account if you're interested. But it does look really, really neat. Does look really, really neat. Fully featured and articulated like most of the AMK Pros are. I really hope you change the color on that display stand before you release this. That seems like a pretty obvious mistake. But everything else about this does look pretty cool, not gonna lie. Now, to combat all these different Optimus Primes, we have but one Megatron announced. So AMK Miniseries Wave 3 is getting their version of Dark of the Moon. I always have to stop and wait, which blank of the blank is this again? Dark of the Moon Megatron. I think I just saw like the normal release is starting to show up at Target, just part of their like big toy reset. So this is the mold itself is actually widely available at the moment, which is really, really cool. But this is a special color version. It's got a lot more paint wash to it. It shows a lot more detail, gives them more of a rusted, like beat up look, which is kind of neat. Yeah, I'm still not quite sold on the beige color of the robot mode, but you know, it's also been a long time. I can't remember how accurate that is. It does look cool with like the rust detailing though. I do like that. So only a few of those being made. Does look really, really cool though. And to finish us off for the week, we have to take a look at LDCX, and they are producing in their Artverse series little tiny chibi Transformer characters. Super cute, right? Just super cute. The way they are putting this does make it sound like we're getting blind boxes of these. So your standard releases are Bumblebee, Optimus, Shockwave, Soundwave, Megatron, Wheeljack. And then for your very rare chase at 1 in 72, your Optimus Prime could be switched out for a Coronation Starscream, who really does not look very happy about becoming king. Okay, yeah, he's very upset. He's very upset. These are adorable. These are so freaking cute. Bumblebee looks so confused and lost. Is Shockwave blushing? What does Shockwave have to blush about? Decently sized too. They're like palm sized, which is not what I normally expect out of a figure that big. Yep, and blind box releases. Don't know if this is getting any kind of global or US release in any way, but you know, blind box stuff tends to show up all the time in the US, just depending on the store you go to. But that is going to do it for our news roundup for the week. We had a lot to go through this time, even though we didn't have anything huge, because I think all of that is being reserved for San Diego Comic-Con, which we get to talk about at the end of the week. So I will see you then. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.